And today we'll discuss another method of transportation problem. And in the previous class, we have discussed about one particular method, and it was northwest corner rule method. I hope you have understood it. So today we'll discuss another important method. The name of this method is least cost method. And I have already told you, to get the initial solution of transportation problem, there are so many methods, but we will discuss the most three important methods. One is northwest corner rule. The second one is least cost method. And third one is VAM method, or Vogel's approximation method. So today I will discuss on least cost method. Just go to your study material 1 that I have provided you. I'm just sharing it with you. Just you go through the page number 10, right? Page number 10. Page number 10. In the previous class, we have discussed northwest corner rule on this particular problem. And today I will take the same problem, but the method will be different. And the answer will also vary. It will vary a little bit. So today's discussion is least cost method. After the completions of my class, you will be able to understand how to apply least cost method in order to solve transportation problem. So this is our problem. So we are going to solve this problem. Just go to page number 10 so that it will be visible. The problem will be visible to you, right? So this is our solution. Yeah, least cost method. I hope you are viewing this table. And we have written here step 1, table number 4.4. So this is our problem. And what we are observing here, there are two sides. One is supply, other one is demand. And there are 4 destination points. This is the first destination point, second destination point, third destination point, and fourth destination point. And obviously in this problem there are 3 sources: A source, B source, and C source. There are 3 sources and there are 4 destination points. And here we have mentioned supply side, and along the row we have mentioned the demand side. So in the previous class, I have told you that when we are starting northwest corner rule method, we started from the left corner, extreme left. But under least cost method, we must inspect all the elements. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, again 4, again 4. Then in total there are 12 elements. 2, 3, 11, 7, 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, and 9. These are the elements, or we can say that there are 12 box, right? Now, after checking all the elements, at a glance, we have to select the lowest element. Again, I am repeating, after inspecting all the 12 elements, we have to search where the least element is present. That will be the starting point under least cost method criterion. So we are observing here the 0 is the lowest element. 0 is the lowest element. Therefore, we must start from this particular cell, not from the extreme left. If we start from the extreme left, that means we are following northwest corner rule method. But if we apply least cost method, then we must start from this particular cell. Why? Because 0 is the lowest value among all 12 values. So we should start from this position. And when we are starting from this particular position, then along the row, if we move along the row, then we will see the supply value. And if we go along the column, then we will see the demand value. So here the supply is 1 and the demand is 5. So our supply is less than the demand. So although the demand is 5, but I cannot give you more than 1 because I have only 1. Right. So in this box, we have to allocate 1. That's why it is written here with the help of a circle so that you can understand. So 1 should be allocated. I am repeating it again. We have to compare with supply and demand. As the supply is less than the demand, therefore we can allocate maximum 1 to this cell, which is within this circle. Now when I am allotting 1, then here it will be 0, 1, minus 1, it will be 0. So when we'll be moving to the table number 2, then we will not consider this row. Will not consider in the second table, right? Because the supply has become now 0, because 1 has been already allocated or assigned to this particular cell where the 0 element is present, right? So now we are moving to the second table. We are moving to the second table. This is our second table. This is our second table. So in the second table, we will not consider this row. That's why we have written cross mark. We have given cross mark. We have given cross mark, and 1 has been already allotted. Therefore, it is not needed to give here cross mark because we have already allotted. That's why we are not putting any cross mark in this cell. But the other corresponding cell, we have given cross mark, right? So we will not consider this row because supply has become already 0 in the previous table. It has become 0. Now, if we exclude these 4 values out of 12, then we have 8 values, remaining 8 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the third row 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So now we have to check which one is the least value, minimum value among the 8 elements. So 2, 3, 11, 7, 5, 8, 15, 9. So which one is the lowest? 2 is the lowest. 2 is the lowest. That's why again we have to start from this cell, because here the 2 is the minimum value, right? So we are considering now the supply side. Here the supply is 6, and if we go along this column, then the demand is 7. So supply is 6 and demand is 7. So maximum we can allocate 6 because our supply is less than our demand. So at most we can allot 6 units to this particular cell. And when we are allocating 6 units, you observe that this supply will be 0, 6 minus 6, right? So when we'll be moving to the third table, we will not consider this row, as well as we will not consider this row also. In this table, we have not also considered this row, right? Now, when we'll be moving to the third table, we will not consider this row because the supply has become 0 after allocating 6 units to this particular cell. Therefore, for your understanding purpose, I have given cross mark over here. Here we have already allocated, so we'll not put any cross mark. But in other cases, we have to give cross mark for our understanding purpose. right? So this row will not be considered further, and this row, it has been already deleted when we have completed the first table, and this row has been deleted right now after completions of this second table, right? So in the first table, just you note down, in the first table we have allotted, in the first table we have allotted 1. You have to remember this. We have allotted 1, and in the second table we have allotted 6. So now we can move to the third table. I'm coming to the third table. So in the third table, second row will not be considered, as well as the first row will not be considered. So first row and second row, this will not be considered, right? So now we have only third row, only third row. How many elements are left? Only 4 elements are left right now. 5, 8, 15, and 9, right? So we are now moving to the third table. Just we are moving to the third table. What you are observing? We have given cross marks here, here, here. That means this row will not be considered. And we have given cross mark here, here, and here. So this table will not be considered. So now, out of 4 elements, 5, 8, 15, and 9. So out of these 4 elements, we have to search the lowest one. So 5 is the lowest one, right? So again, we have to consider the supply versus demand. But here the situation is reverse. Here the demand is less, but the supply is more, right? But in other cases, supply was less. Now the supply is more and the demand is less. Clear? So how much we can allocate? Here the demand is not 7. Here the demand is 1. Here the demand is 1. Just you go to the second table. Just you go to the second table. Here it was 6 and the demand was 7. So we have allocated 6 units here. Therefore, the remaining demand is now 1, not 7, right? So we are moving to the third table. Yeah, moving to the third table. So here basically 1 is available, right? 1 is available, and the supply is 10. So we'll only meet up the demand because demand is only 1 unit. So out of our total supply 10, we can fulfill the demand of 1 unit, and that will be allocated here, because 5 is the lowest element out of this 4 element. Therefore, we have allocated 1. So now the demand to this column will be
স্যার আপনার মাইক্রোফোনটা অন করুন।
Yeah. Now is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are now explaining table number 4. So in table number 4, 3 elements are left: 8, 15, and 9. So out of these 3 elements, the least element is 8, right? 8, 15, and 9. So 8 is the least element. Now again we have to compare with supply and demand. So I have already told you, here it is 5, but exactly the demand is now 4, right? And here it is now 9, not 10, 9. You can also write besides 9 for your easy understanding. So we are comparing 9, supply is 9, and demand is 4. So maximum we can allocate 4, right? So when we have allotted 4, then this column will be 0, because there is no element right now. We have already given 4 out of 4. So this column will be 0. So we have now only 2 elements, 15 and 9. And here the supply is now 5. Supply is now 5. We have already given 4 out of 5. Out of 9. It was 9. Out of 9, we have given 4. Then the remaining value is 5. So now we are moving to the next table. We are moving to the next table. Yeah. Next table. Only 2 elements, 15 and 9. Which one is the lowest one? 9 is the lowest one. So we have to start here. So here the demand is 2 and the supply is 5. So we can allot 2. So when we are allotting 2, this column will be 0. This column will be 0. So unnecessary will not go to the next table. We will complete this problem in this table, because only one element is now left. That is 15. And here the demand is 3. And here the supply is also 3, because we have allotted 2 out of 5. Then here it is 3. And here it is also 3. So we can allot unit 3 to this particular box. So nothing is left here. Supply portion is all 0. and the demand portion is all 0. So we are sure that we have got a feasible solution. Now we can determine the total cost in similar way that we did in the northwest corner method. So the same thing, 2 into 6 plus 0 into 1 plus 5 into 1 plus 8 into 4 plus 15 into 3 plus 9 into 2. If we add all these values, then the total cost is 112 as per least cost method. And what was the result of the northwest corner method? Under northwest corner method, the result was 116. And under least cost method, the result is 112. So if I tell you to select between these two methods, one is least cost, another is northwest corner, then obviously you have to select the least cost method, because here the total cost has come 112, but in the previous method, that is northwest corner method, the cost was 116. That means higher than the least cost method result. So between these two methods, we can say that least cost method is comparatively better. Okay. So in the next class, we will address Vogel's approximation method or VAM technique in order to get feasible solution from the transportation problem. So thank you very much. Thank you for being with me. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.